Judy's here. Monday morning. I want to say blue skies. Yeah, they are. 7th plate Merlot, so it's just over a year old now. For some reason, it doesn't want to start in the morning when it's cold, so we're just going to try it now and see. I suspect it's got an iffy battery. Oh, it started. Thought there was nothing, but it started. Yesterday morning, it just went bow, wow, 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 won't start. Fill it up with diesel. Not a fun time. You can just hear the pounds going in. It's like Andrew needs diesel as well. He's just checking his lights. Right, he's got the other lights on. So the lights weren't working. So we backed the Merlot up, plugged it into the Merlot, and for some reason it's the wrong way around. But the lighting plug did get ripped off the other day, so something must be wrong somewhere. No half loads here. So did we put them boards on? Just putting this on here now. This is going to be potatoes. It's just starting to die off now. I think Danny sprayed it off the other day. It's got a bit of a yellow tinge to it now. Look at all the string hanging off the back of the spreader because people don't take the string out of the muck. Got a bit of trouble over here by the houses, them coming through on motorbikes and quads. So I think a little bit of this stinky stuff in the gateway might stop them. Well, not really a gateway, it's just a gap in the hedge. This is where they're getting through, so just put a nice fresh layer on to discourage them. You see where they've been driving up there as well. Another gap here as well. I think we can get a 4-wheel drive through that one. Apart from the damage from the vehicles coming through all along there, doesn't actually look a bad lot of wheat considering it was after potatoes and it was sown late. There's the muck spreader over there now. Not where you can hear that noise. I don't mean the Merlot beeping. I mean like string and lead ropes whipping around the back of the rotors. Couldn't afford the genuine stickers, so got a Feel Alive Agri one. That'll never be that clean again, will it, that door? That says Fast Track, that says McCulloch. Do you think we should get Fast Track stickers for that? Big yellow, little yellow. Judy's here, the lady that made all this happen. With 2 years, the guy, cameraman's hiding. It started on a Monday 2 years ago, so by the date it's actually Wednesday, but it's actually 2 years we've been doing a video every single day, and it's all because of Judy. So say thank you everyone to Judy.
I think you're the one we should thank, Ollie.
They're just behind me now setting the camera up. Can you see him? No, behind the exhaust. We're going to film spreading this muck now, but I'm going to do it on a field that we've not spread yet so that they don't get mucky and smelly, hopefully. Just gonna, I think we've got about 2 load left here. There's a spreader and there's the camera crew. Well, that's all the muck spread for this year. We've been collecting it for the last 12 months off the riding stables, and we've had enough to put on 40 acres, but it still won't be enough to grow a crop. This is the fun bit of muck spreading, going as fast as you can now to clean the wheels of the tractor, the tyres, get all the muck off so that we can go down the road without putting any mud on the road. Same with the Merlot. Flat out across the field. Get the wheels clean. Big job broke out. All these Allen keys, just put the SIM card in. On the Black Beauty. Just have to screw all this apart, put a SIM card in here. I think it's there somewhere or there. Put it all back together now and try it. Just setting up the sumo just to take the surface compaction out where we spread them up. We're not actually going that deep. That's not doing a very good job actually. Needs a bit more weight on the rear roller. Rob's just doing a little bit of double chip now, filling that bay up. Quite a pile there to get rid of as well. Andrew's just pulling the combine out the shed, and then we can get the drill from behind it and back it back in the shed again. It's that time of year where we start spring sowing or patching up some spring wheat that's not growing very well. Well, sorry, some winter wheat that's not growing very well with a little bit of spring wheat. Put some bushes on there for the drill. I'm going to get this new R clip in, but it's that new and springy. It doesn't want to go in. Gonna have to kick it in. This is where the muck was sipped, so we're going to level it off now with the sumo. We've been going up and down there, no problem. The RTK works mint on it. So thanks to George at RTK Network that sorted out the SIM card sort of clone. So it now uses a SIM card that's similar to the one that's on the ride-on mower. We're going to leave a 24 metre strip in the middle for doing a bit of a trial work with different establishment methods with the disc drill and the Claydon drill, and whether we needed to work the ground or whether we didn't. So Sam's he's never gone through wet holes before, so he's just getting used to it now. I better go and show him what to do. I think he needs to lift the weight block up a little bit of bulldoze in there. The misfire on that coming out tomorrow. Expensive hobby, 62.6 litres an hour. Just trying to bust out some of these ruts. Before we fill up with seed, we're just checking the drill over in the field across the road so we don't choke the yard up when we unfold it. Making sure everything's working okay. Give it a grease and that. It's just huge when it folds out. Checking all the discs are working correctly. A couple of wheels there not going around for some reason. Oh, it's just because there's a bit of a hollow, maybe. We just put like the end 5 coulters full depth now to see whether we can get it to penetrate the drilling beams, but they won't. This is bait, like concrete. Anyway, it was going in about 2 inch probably, maybe. It's not ideal, but we'll try it. We're just going to go over where we've worked now and see what it's like over there. This is where it's been loosened and it's going in there now, probably about 4 inch. Folded up fine now, penetrated no problem through that bit there, but what we did realise is the hopper's completely empty. There's no seed in it whatsoever. If it had seed in it, it'd transfer more weight because it lifts the frame and the hopper onto the coulters, so it would have worked a little bit better on the bait ground over there, but I think it's too hard if to drill beans straight into that. It'd probably been alright if it had a cover crop in it. Go back, set it up ready for morning. Brought the rollers round and unfolded them because this is bent. You can see properly the bend in that ram. So we'll take it off tomorrow, get a new rod, because the new ram was like 700 quid, which I thought was a bit of a rip off. So we'll take it off and get it redone. I've just done something for Farmers Guardian, but really I need everyone's help. They're doing some stories about social media and talking to the general public, farmers, engaging with them and things like that. So what we want to know is what everyone's occupation is. So if you're watching with your partner, we want to know what theirs is as well. We're trying to find out whether it's just farmers that's watch this channel or people that do everything. So if you're a farmer and your girlfriend's not, let me know. So if you can all try and leave a comment of what it is, then Emily from Farmers Guardian can read it tomorrow morning while she's writing this piece that's going to be in the Farmers Guardian on Friday. So if everyone can do that, that'd be amazing. No jokes today because I know it's Blue Monday, but we'll do them probably tomorrow or the day after and give away a hat, because it is then going to be 2 years of doing this. So yeah, be amazing if you could all leave a comment of your occupation. And thanks in advance. This is today's birthday bumper. So if your name is on there, happy birthday. And if it's your birthday and it's not, also happy birthday to you too.
Events in Ukraine and the crisis there, of course, one of the contributory factors, as we know, to the rise in fuel costs here, something which is hitting us all hard. But it's having a big impact on the region's farmers. Red diesel and fertiliser have more than doubled in price. And there are concerns that it could lead to a shortage of crops being planted. As you know, on North West Tonight, we follow 3 local farmers throughout the year. And today, our environment correspondent, Judy Hobson, caught up with arable farmer Ollie Harrison from Prescott in Merseyside.
Looking after the soil. Today's the day for muck spreading on Ollie Harrison's farm. Organic matter that saves a little on fertiliser costs, and that's more important than ever. Last year, the cost of fertiliser reached £280 a tonne. It seemed high, but now it's more than £1,000 a tonne, and Ollie needs 200 tonnes of it.
The problem we've got now is fuel is up sort of 300%. Fertiliser's up 400%, but then what we're growing is only up 50%. So we're just more exposed now.
There are concerns some farmers won't be able to make the most of their crops because they'll cut back on fertiliser, or they might not plant any crops at all.
So this week had some fertiliser on last Friday, I think. The strategy this year is little and often, but we will only put maybe 75–80% of what we'd normally put on, because we don't think we'll get a return on the last sort of 20% because it's just so expensive. And then also people with livestock as well, because obviously grain might be up a little bit, but you've got to feed the animals as well. I think people are going to scale back livestock numbers.
Red diesel costs are up too.
So it's about £1.10, £1.20 a litre, last I heard. I have to order some this afternoon. Sort of 2 years ago, COVID, it was 18p a litre.
So what will this do to the price of bread?
It will go up a little bit, but don't forget that loaf of bread, only 10 to 15% of it is actually the cost of wheat within it. The rest of it is made up through whoever bakes it, whoever supplies it, who puts in the plastic bag, the transport.
Global wheat prices are also affected by the war in Ukraine. A third of the world's wheat comes from Ukraine and Russia. Ollie Harrison's been to Ukraine 4 times to visit farmers, and he's currently letting local charities use his shed to store donations.
Well, we had an empty shed, so we were like, well, what can we do? We can't give a lot of time because we've obviously busy time for us, but we can offer shed space. So this is coming from schools, churches and different charities have been collecting it.
Back in the fields, and Ollie Harrison has to weigh up what to plant over the next year, but he would like the government to do more for the industry.
We don't want handouts. We just want to be insured for the risk in some way.
Farming's always been a risky business, but rising energy costs means the stakes are higher than ever. Judy Hobson, BBC North West Tonight, Tarbert Green.
That is all for today. If you want to watch another video, I think it's up there. If you want to subscribe, it's over here. Don't forget, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, because subscribing just means you get a notification when I do a video. It doesn't mean that you're paying so much a month for YouTube. That's called YouTube Premium. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow.